1.19, we've got complete the chart below with words from the lesson's reading passage. All right, let's see. Kola, and then kola is feminine. Now, when memorizing the gender of a noun, I would strongly encourage you use the with it. In Old Norse, the is suffixed onto the end of the noun. So kona would be konan, because the, when it's feminine and nominative, is in, in, konan, and the I gets dropped almost always, especially if it's like a vowel, you can expect it to be dropped. So konan is the woman. Now we know it's feminine, and we also know it's a noun too, right? I would strongly encourage you to do that. Unfortunately, when I started out, I didn't do that. So now I'm starting to rebuild my vocabulary in that way by using the at the end so that I know if it's masculine, feminine, or neuter. The next word is saga, which is sagan. So if it's sagan, it kind of sounds like konan, right? So now we have the saga, the story, the history. We know it's feminine. Now with the word like wager, we would write it as wagerin, which is I-N-N, and this is kind of where long consonants come into play, because the difference between in and in is crucial. You could get the gender of a noun completely wrong if you memorize it that way. So you have in for feminine and in for masculine. Wagerin, sagan. So wager is masculine, and it just means it's a place name. That's what it is. I don't really know what it means, but it's just a place name. Like Amili Wags or Reykjanes from the reading. Next we have Lond. Now Lond, I would memorize that as Landit, and it just tells us that it's neuter. That means land or country, like we have from our vocabulary. Frandi is now Frandin. Notice how the I kind of merged with the other one. You don't say it as a long I, it's just, again, it gets dropped. So we have frandin, which is masculine, and from the vocabulary, we know it means kinsman. And the last, or never mind, there's 4 more words. I think, anyway. Yeah, there are. Okay. Landnamsmader is landnamsmaderin, so it's masculine, and that means settler. Next we have mother, which we just figured out from landnamsmaderin that mother is in fact masculine. So that's an important thing to realize, is that compound words will take the gender of the last word. So it's not neuter, even though land is neuter, it's actually masculine because mother is masculine. And that means man or a person. Next we have konungarin. And I think you can figure out the pattern here, is that whenever it ends in, it's masculine. So, konungrin. And then, I'll leave this one up to you guys. What do you think the neuter is of skipit? Is it masculine, feminine, or neuter? I'll just leave you guys on that one. I'll let you guys figure out that one. All right. 1.20 is all about cases. Rewrite the following sentences that they refer to Harold and Eric, which decline the same as Herjolfur. So, Herjolfur bjó að Dreiptoki. Apparently for him, he seems to be changing just Herjolf to Harold, so that's nice. And then, of course, the second one he changes Herjolf to Eric. So this one we're just going to change every time we hear Herjolf to Harold. So that would be Haraldur bjó að Dreiptoki. And then we have Þorgerður sá Herjolf, but in this case it's now Harald. Ingólfur gaf Herjólfi land, which would now be Ingólfur gaf Haraldi land. Þorgerður hét kona Haralds from Herjólfs. Okay? I'll let you guys figure out the second one. Remember, Eric is the same. It declines the same as Harold and Herjolf. I'll let you guys figure out that one. We're given the first one, which is Erikar bjó að Dreiptoki. Then we have Þorgerður sá, and then you fill in what it would be for Eric. Next we have Ingólfur gaf Eric, but you gotta figure out how that declines. Land. Thorgerður, het, kona, and then Eric again. I'll let you guys figure out those ones. Let me know in the comments if you know what you think it is, or if you're confident what you know it is. Next we have apposition. For the correct form of landnámsmaður, remember, mother will decline the same as mother. Landnámsmaður, will decline the same as mother. This one, it helps if you know how mother declines. So I think I'll give you the second one, because I don't think we know what that is in the reading. But I'll give you the second one, and I think I'll also give you the fourth one as well. Okay. Hann var frænde Ingólfs, and then landnámsmaður needs to be the same as Ingólfs. It needs to decline the same. It needs to be in apposition. It needs to be in the genitive case. Which thankfully it is given in the reading. So if you could go back to the reading, that would be great, because then you'd get that first one right. Now the second one is Ingólfur gaf Herjólfi landnámsmaður land. This one, landnámsmaður, becomes dative, right? To be in apposition with Herjólfi. So this one, it would be land, náms, and then manni. M-A-N-N-I. Manni. Ingólf gave Herjólf the settler land. Or Ingólf gave to Herjólf the settler land. Both work. Next we have maður het Ingólfur landnámsmaður. You gotta figure out how that one declines. Remember, it just has to match with Ingólfur. Then the fourth one is Þorgerður sá Ingólf landnámsmann, not landnámsmaður. And that one is just in the accusative case. So when maður becomes the accusative, the eth becomes an n, a double n. That would be Þorgerð sá Ingólf the settler. Okay. Next one, 1.22, is our word frequency list. So if you can go back to list 1, which I will have my brother put a photo of that up for you guys to see. And feel free to, bounce back and forth from the point you saw it to this point. Your goal now is to just fill in all the nouns, the adjectives, the verbs, and the prepositions and adverbs. I'll let you guys do that on your own time. Let you guys do that. You should be able to figure out what they mean, because I'm pretty sure they give a translation as well with the words. Yeah, they do. All right. I'd encourage you to look at it, try to memorize as much as you can, and then go back to this exercise, write them down, and then write what they mean. How you do that is up to you. I think what I did was I memorized the Old Norse words first, and then I did the translation of them. Obviously, you can do it the other way around, or you could do both, where you just say, okay, I'm gonna give you one for free. Maður is man or person. Okay, sweet. And then you memorize that, then you go back to this one and you write down maður, man, person. However you do it though, works for you, so that's good. All right, and that is all the exercises. We do have a little bit of some cultural background. I think I might make like a separate playlist that goes over all the cultural points that I'm kind of skipping over. I'm doing this mainly for the grammar and all the stuff about the language. Of course, I would love to do all this cultural stuff so you can understand the people a little bit more. If you guys would like that, I can certainly do that, and then try to get those out as soon as I can. Okay. 1.24 over here. gives us the plurals of those strong nouns that were given in 1.10, which my brother put up a nice photo of what those look like. And then hopefully you'll switch it to the plurals here. So we have maður, konungur, sonur, heistar, and víkingur. Man is maður in the nominative. Then we have mann, manni, and mans. Then in the plural, we have men, men again for the accusative. And then we have monum and manna. Genitive plural is always an A, and dative plural will always be UM. For nouns. For adjectives, dative plural holds true the whole way. Wherever you see something, dative plural is going to be ending in an M, if not UM. Genitive, usually, especially for nouns, will always be an A. In adjectives, it changes. It has, or no, it should be the same actually. It should be genitive plural. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's always A. Unless I'm thinking about singular, which would definitely not be the case. But it should be. I mean, even weak nouns, genitive plural is still A. Same thing with strong nouns. With the adjectives, they should be the same. Okay. So with adjectives, instead of an A, it's ra, R-A, ra. So that's something important to understand. But again, dative plural is always going to be UM, and then at a minimum an M, like in fame for dative plural, they. And then I guess a unique one from the feminine one would be probably, well actually, okay, we could probably understand something here, a little pattern we're picking up perhaps. When you look at the word sjok, S-O-T-L-K, it's shakir, then shakir again, then it's sjokum. Now, notice how it went from shak, the stem of that word, shak, and then it changed to sjok. So that U is what we call U umlaut. And we'll learn that a little bit later, but all that means is that the U in an ending changes the following stem, or like the following syllable, to an O with a tail. Or it can change the very first syllable if it, say it has multiple syllables, right? Such as the word koluðu, it's kalaður, right? But then we add on this U, so now it's cool uðu, koluðu. That's something interesting to pick out from here. You can see it happens again with lond, or lond, and then that in the plural becomes lond, which I believe is a super common thing for neuter, is that they get U umlaut in the nominative accusative plural, while feminine gets its U umlaut in the singular, in the nominative singular, I think, only, exclusively that. Okay. And then again, of course, you can see the dative plural is UM throughout all of the genders. UM, and genitive plural throughout all the genders is A. All right, and that is all I have for lesson 1. I'll begin lesson 2 shortly as possible. I might even just start doing that cultural thing, just going over all the stuff that we skipped. Like some of the introduction, of course, too. That could be good. But I hope you enjoyed Baby Steps. I'm trying to think of a new title for lesson 2. I'll figure out one, hopefully. All right. I am the Medieval Deering, and I will see you next time.